Tax protesters and procrastinators are hitting the post office at the same time right now. I'm Brandi Hitt near LAX with their message as the tax deadline approaches. Coming up.
We all had 3 extra days, but hundreds of thousands of procrastinators still waited until the last minute to file their taxes. Brandi Hitt live now at the LAX post office, where people every year are scrambling to meet that midnight postage deadline, no matter what the date. Brandi.
Well, this is always that dreaded time, right, Glenn, when you're trying to get down to the post office and file your taxes before the midnight deadline. You have 5 hours now to get it done. And as you can see here, all the procrastinators are also being joined by protesters.
But I've got to file an extension to make sure I'm going to get my maximum deductions.
From those who aren't sure if they're going to be paying more in taxes,
this is my last $5.
to others protesting that corporations aren't paying enough.
The of A don't pay the money they owe to the USA.
There are plenty of opinions and protests nationwide this tax day, including this one in Hollywood, where demonstrators say the bailed-out banks need to be coughing up more cash.
We're mad as hell. We're not going to take it anymore. Get rid of the Bush tax cuts. Support the middle class, so there will not be one.
The nation's debt crisis did have Wall Street feeling a little pain as well this tax day. The Dow closed down 140 points after the S&P's rating firm lowered the United States outlook from stable to negative. And as usual, there are some negative feelings stretching from the picket line to the post office line, unless you're one of the filers who knows they're getting money back.
And I'm getting a refund.
How does that make you feel?
That makes you feel good.
Right.
That makes the wait worth it sometimes when you know you're getting cash back. Back to the protests now. We've been seeing a lot of them today, and I'm joined by Jane with Sean. You're with Marriage Equality USA. And why did you choose to protest on tax day of all days?
Well, we're here today to call attention to the fact that same-sex couples, even though they may be legally married in their home states, still are not entitled to 1,138 federal rights, and that includes the right to file a joint married income tax return.
Jane with Sean. They're going to be out here, by the way, with a lot of you coming down to file your taxes. They're going to be out here until about 9:30. Again, Glenn, the deadline is midnight tonight. If you do not file your taxes, you can file an extension. I don't know about you, but I filed mine a long time ago, so I wouldn't have to deal with the long lines as we see here every time. Back to you.
Yeah, Brandi, go by e-file. That's the way to do it. Don't have to go to the post office anymore.
Where people are dropping off their tax forms at the LAX post office. Brandi?
Hi there, Sherry. You know, there are late night lines all over this post office here near LAX. If you take a look over here, that's the building. Inside, there are about 75 people hand delivering their taxes late tonight. Then when you take a look over here, this is what we call the car drop off. You see everyone slowly pulling forward and handing them to the tax takers here. And let me tell you, everyone tonight has an excuse for filing late. What's your excuse for waiting to the last minute?
Because I don't want them to take my money. That's why.
Some are all fired up.
I'm fed up paying taxes. Look, the last dollar is going away to pay for the government.
Others are filing their taxes late because they were preoccupied with more important things.
My wife and I and my family, we just got a new home, and we're still unpacking.
And some admit they just put it off.
I found somebody different to do my taxes, and I turned them very late into him, a new accountant. And so he was kind enough to actually get them done for me by today.
We ran after tax filers who didn't want to talk. Can I get your excuse? No. Others had a good laugh at it.
As if we don't file, we'll get arrested.
You brought your dog with you?
We did, yes.
Then there are those waiting in line as an act of kindness for someone else.
It's actually handed from my boss, so it's not even mine. So.
On a serious note now, if you do not file your taxes or an extension by midnight, you could face some serious fines. Not only one for filing late, but also if you owe and you pay late. There's a separate penalty for that. You now have about 1 hour and 50 minutes to go, and so far I have to tell you, things are going pretty smoothly if you drive on through here. There's not a very long line. Reporting live at LAX, Brandi Hitt, KTLA 5 News. Glenn and Cher, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Brandi.